lot of the women don't even know they're alpha widows. And any woman talking about she is an alpha, hang on, there we go. Any woman talking about she is an alpha doesn't realize she's been alpha widowed. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to my new subscribers, old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys trying to be possible. Wolfpack, what's good? Let's get into it. Let's talk about these alpha widows, aka the alpha woman, alpha female, alpha chick, alpha whatever they're calling themselves. They're a widow of an alpha. What kind of woman with any sense would be trying to make the claim of being an alpha? No kind of man is ever going to want to be with a self-proclaimed alpha, or any woman that others have designated this alpha type of chick. Now, I've suggested this before, and I'll make the recommendation to these women again. You might want to start eating coochie, because that's about your best bet at this point. Being as masculine as you are, no man wants you. Now, I'm telling you, you think that, oh, well, I got a coochie, and it don't matter how I move and how I sound and how bassy my voice is. All of that stuff matters. It matters. Matters. Okay? Like, no guy wants to be arguing with a woman. No guy wants to feel like a woman's going to try to emasculate him in every conversation. So we got to like run through a checklist of 7 ways to be able to point out an alpha widow, alpha chick, alpha woman from a mile away. Let's get this thing started. Number 1, these women will feel like they need to humble you. Now, they can do this from afar. They can do this in person. You ever talk to a chick and as you're speaking to her, she's like, well, yeah, I hear you, but, where these biggity butts coming from, man? But, no but, you know, because you know anything that anytime somebody says but, it negates everything they said before it. And they always say but, or have you thought, or no. See, this chick is already picking your mind. The alpha widow only knows how to go from alpha male to alpha male, picking their mind, making herself into this Frankenstein monster of all the alpha traits, or what she deemed to be alpha trait from the males, okay? I'm telling you the truth, I wouldn't lie to you. So they're out here getting their bag, trying to become some high earner, while also trying to get a house and all this stuff. This is what alpha males do. They want to have a roster. This is another thing right here, you know, number 2. Any woman talking about she has a roster. Any man entertaining any woman that's talking like she has a roster, you are a loser to begin with. But secondly, any man that can pick up on the fact that she has a roster. Well, David, how would I know that she has a roster? Easy, fool. Whenever you're talking to her and she seems like she has other things to do, what do you got better to do, woman? You hit me up. Oh, you got a roster of men. So when you feel like one's not acting right, you can just go to the next one. Listen, there's nothing that you're going to get from that woman but a headache and some stinking ass cooch. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you straight up, if she's out there spreading it thin like that, you don't know what Pookie might be in her roster, and you don't know who she's letting beat up the cheeks raw. So you got to be real careful out here, man. I'm telling you, these chicks, man, any woman who's got a stankin' cooter, I'm going to tell you that she's letting some guy shoot up in her. I'm telling you straight up, man. And he is messing things up for her. And, or he's already done it or whatever. It's a woman that likes to let guys shoot the club up, okay? That's how you know, because all that semen's in there rotting and cooking and stuff, and the yeast, and it's just a disaster, man. It stinks for a reason. Anyway, moving right along. I'm not even gonna bring that up on the list. But when women, okay, most women study men. But when they take the studying too far, and this is what I mean by that, right? If a woman finds a man attractive, she should be able to bring herself together to let things go. That's what went on. Be able to bring herself together to kind of find the characteristics about him that she likes, maybe take on a few of them or whatever. But to start trying to critique start trying to, I'm not gonna say humble, but feel her role is to refine you, and you don't even know her is stepping outside her bounds. She don't know what to do anymore. She's studied and been with so many alpha males. She see what they do, and for some reason she thinks it's her job to do that to a man. Now you would think, well, why don't these women get with beta males? No woman wants them. I don't care what's going on in society. No one wants a beta or a panda bear. Oh, what's a panda bear? These fools online siding with women, grown men online speaking for women as if women can't speak for themselves, like they need a hand. Those are the worst kind of guys. I don't understand how women are sitting here letting men speak for them when they should be offended. You know what I'm saying? What do you need a man to speak for? You're strong and independent. Let's talk about that as well. A strong and independent woman is an alpha widow. Why do I say that? Why does she need to talk about being strong and independent? Why is she talking about things that all adults do? Why is that something that she feels like she needs to let everybody know? It's because that's something that she finds to be most important to her when she's dating men. And she's been widowed by a few of them doing that. Listen, man, we got to be on our P's and Q's right now. They will study you like a book, you know? Some of them are studying you and never plan on approaching. Just studying you, taking notes, you know, making content or telling her girlfriends about certain kind of archetypes, making up scenarios, whatever. These women don't care. My brother, listen to me. You can get your passport and just visit women overseas, and I can guarantee you, there's an energy to American women. It's like you know that they feel like they got a leg up on things. It's like they use the internet to be, I'm not gonna say that word, but to definitely prey and stalk men and then find clever ways to disguise it and make it seem like it's not that, right? I mean, you see all the different ways that women are able to manipulate men into doing the carnal sin of marriage. Like, what man in his right mind would be doing things of that nature with the way that things are right now with men and women and the way women use men to get a leg up? You know, I was watching something and some guy was saying that most women become millionaires off that starter husband that was a millionaire. And it's like, wow, you know, you start thinking about this, it's like, it's an ultimate hustle. You have society working on your side, making it seem like you can do no wrong, while, you know, back at the ranch, you're plotting on leaving this guy. I was watching a video where this guy was talking about his wife left him after 30 years. Could you imagine opening up yourself to somebody for 30 years, 30 plus years, and she just up and decide that she don't want to be with you anymore, and then start coming up with these goofy reasons as to why? See, that's, every time you hear these women talking online about why they felt like they had to leave them, no. See, especially marriage, see, death do you part, that means a lot to a man. And it doesn't mean that a woman gets to cheat either, because ain't nowhere in the vows, you know, is a man allowing a woman to just, oh, that's a big ass dog. Yeah, that big ass dog up there. Yeah, he's watching me now. He's watching me with a steady gaze. He looks away. You know what I'm saying? Look, these women out here, man, you know, they love to study a man if they like. I'm telling you, the internet is a funny tool, man. If you're using it for entertainment, you're good. But if you're using it other than being a content creator, because they do this stuff all the time, and you're researching the men you want, and then you keep finding yourself single, you know too much, man. That's why they always say ignorance is bliss. You know too much. And when you start dissecting men, you start looking for this alpha of the alphas. Well, I didn't like this about this alpha, and I don't like this about this sigma, but he could just have this from this one and this from that one. And they do all this stuff, getting super nitpicky, end up single, and then they're in a place where they know too much, so whether they know it or not, when they meet a guy, they're trying to be a chameleon and disguise what they know, and then still research the guy. So it's a mask regardless. So they're in this place where it's like, when do I let the mask go? Do I let them know I really am. Can I do that? No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? What you need to do is detox from the internet. And that's why we're going overseas. If you think about it, let's break it down. We're going over there to get organic women. We can't get organic women that have that device stuck to their hand at all times. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Whoever's doing that, I appreciate it. Helps out the algorithm. You can't get organic women when you got women on the internet all the freaking time. You know what I'm saying? Studying men, getting jaded from other women who have no sense, who have platforms, getting online and projecting their trauma onto innocent women looking for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have no sense. They have no man in their life to tell them, hey, listen, can you stop getting online, studying men, getting online, and then projecting trauma and drama because you've been hurt by some male at some point in time in your life? So you're looking for any man that relatively, resembles or has some character traits of that male that did you wrong, or what you believe to be did you wrong, and then finding clever ways to disguise your hate for that male through all kind of, articulated online babbling jargon. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. And instead of using their platforms to empower women the right kind of way, which would be to tell them, you can, the real strength of a woman is to bask in her femininity, never to go toe-to-toe with a man. You never should be doing that, right? You're moving differently, and find a guy that respects your femininity and will never pull you out of your femininity, will always allow you to bask in it, right? You should not be out here jaded, feeling like you're learning codes and it's a game and dating's a game. How can you feel like you're gonna end up with the man of your dreams or the man you want for the rest of your life, and you're out here playing dating games? Like, how does that work out for you? Hey, what's going on, sweetheart? I knew it was you. What's going on, sweetheart? You're the only person that does it. And it really helps me out. I appreciate you. How can you feel like you're going to be winning out here and you're playing dating games? Maybe the guy that you're talking to that you think is playing games, maybe he's not. Maybe he's extremely busy and he's used to having to move in silence. He's used to having to move in silence. He knows that nobody wants to hear a man whining about his problems. Nobody wants to hear it, man. Listen, man. When you're a man and you've been to war like I've been, you know what I'm saying? You've been homeless, you've been left by a woman multiple times, fiance when I was in war in Iraq, and another wife leaves you, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. You just understand that nobody cares. Listen, nobody wants to hear you online whining about it. They want to see you pick yourself up and try again. They want to see what you did to pick yourself up. You know that no one wants to hear a man complaining. Now, women can get online. These are also signs of an alpha widow. Getting online and complaining about every situation they run into. Oh, I was at the gas station and this guy, I was at the gym and these guys, I was waiting in line and I heard this guy, or yeah, I was reading this article and that man, shut up. Those females don't find something to do with yourselves. You're always like looking for some type of negative something from a male so you can get online and make it seem like all men are like that. You keep conflating males and men. Y'all are going to have to do better than just saying some guy. Some guy is not a man. Some guy, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. I'm going to need y'all to do better. They just get on here and what I believe them to be made up scenarios, running their mouths. You know what I'm saying? Also, alpha widow qualities, man. Let's talk about it a little bit more before I get off of here. I got 13 minutes. I got plenty of time. An alpha widow, man, these women are always looking to see what's trending. Any woman with a phone glued to her hand, I'm telling you, get away from her, man. If she don't know how to detach herself from her phone, and a lot of guys need to start doing this, if a woman never puts her phone down and can't be like out doing stuff without her phone in her hand, or needing to live life through the fake reality of the internet, then she's got to go. Stop letting it pass. Why do you think she needs that phone? Because she gets FOMO. That fear of missing out stuff. So she's always got to be on her phone, seeing what everybody's doing and keeping up on things, and then getting angry that she can't keep up with everything that everybody else is doing and feeling like it's your fault. And next thing you know, it's a problem. Man, I'm telling you, man, they be playing on their phones too much, dude. And we already know about them having too much social media. They, you got a woman with social media, you're pretty much screwed. Too much social media, slight social media, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about. The ones where they're putting up videos of them with their legs out, with a little cleverly placed soap in the tub, you know what I'm saying, with their juicy thighs and stuff and legs out, you know what I'm saying, with some sultry music, or, you know what I mean, some nice aesthetics going on. You know what, sensual aesthetics. But that's supposed to be okay. You'll see married women putting this stuff out. That fear of missing out, man. They gotta feel, it don't matter who they have. This is another character trait of an alpha widow. They can never get enough D. They can just never get enough. They need the attention from as many as they can get, no matter what. They will find a way to get outside attention, even though they got a man at home with them. They'll find a way to get other men's attention. They'll do it slick, man. There's all kind of different ways that they do this kind of stuff. I like to watch the alpha widows that be watching me. You know, and I'm seeing that they're getting lonely. I mean, majorly getting lonely. Watching great men like me and myself talking about we're leaving and going overseas. See, they thought they could play around for a little while, run the streets for a little bit longer, and still end up with one like me. No, listen, man, if you don't make contact and you're waiting on a man to chase you down like this is still, I don't know, anything prior to 2020, they ain't never gonna happen. You know, you can get online. Something else that alpha widows do. They get online and they complain about men aren't approaching us and da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. These were also the same women calling most men broke and most men not worth their time. So which one is it? Do you want a bunch of broke men that's not worth your time approaching you? Or do you want to just, I don't know, make time for other things? You know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, can you stop complaining about us? Period, point blank. They just, look, before I go, I'm going to sum it up really quickly. These alpha widows, they mimic everything from the men that they like the most. And they will take character traits of alpha men, even bad character traits, bring them upon themselves, and then they start forgetting how to be a woman. Excuse me. They forget how to be a woman, and they forget that a woman's job isn't, you know, to be running around trying to find men to teach. I heard this one woman say, yes, I'm waiting on this guy to let his guard down so I can, you know, upgrade him to the level of great man and his full potential. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So not only do you want a man that you don't feel like is at his full potential, which is weird, but you feel like your presence is going to get that man to where he needs to be at. Why would your presence alone get... It's the craziest stuff. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times they say stuff to cope, to make them feel better. It's all about feeling good. I need a place. Why don't you have value? Why don't you find a way to love yourself and not need other people and their validation? Why don't you find a way to bask in your femininity and, you network yourself and have your little friend groups or whatever, but know that you have a place for a man, and it shouldn't be where you think you should control him or manipulate. Let me say, no, I'm not saying manipulate. Influence him to his full potential. It shouldn't be about that. It should simply just be about you adding to his peace and you bringing your presence, your feminine presence, man. That's going to make him feel good. You thinking you need a purpose in the sense of, I got to give him direction and guidance. You don't have guidance and you don't have direction. How can you add to a man and make him help get him to his full potential if you yourself don't have guidance, still looking? Some of y'all have kids out of wedlock, some of you lost yourselves in your career, in fitness and things like that, and trying to make up for time. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta do better. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, no, what's going on? You know what I'm talking about. And Lucretia, I appreciate the likes. Appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Look, ladies, gentlemen, before I go, the easiest way for you to detect alpha widow is, for one, any woman claiming to be a leader or an alpha. And two, man, any woman talking about she wants everything to be equal, you know what I'm saying? Or babbling about herself or talking too much. Listen, I know women that are ladylike that I find interesting. Of course, they speak when they're spoken to, but as far as volunteering other information, or you ever been around an alpha widow who she's interrogating you, running through a list of a questionnaire that she's built in her head, looking for certain flags to dismiss you? You ever dealt with one of those? And this woman thinks it's normal behavior, and it's not. And you can tell that she's going through a list, because you'll start speaking, and she'll be like, well, what if? And this woman's already made up in her mind that you're this kind of guy, and things should go a certain kind of way, and now you're speaking in a way that, you know, messed up this little mind relationship she has with you, and she starts questioning stuff because she's already thinking that you're not a great candidate out of her roster. So when I start seeing women start doing that, and I start poking more holes in their little plan to fool me with whatever BS they're planning on saying, to the point where they don't even want to talk to me anymore on the phone. I got to get rid of these waste of women, man, that just want to roll around in the hay and try to fool me into thinking she's worth something when she's not. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'll piss them off and they'll just disappear. Good. You know what I mean? Start asking questions, man. Also, any woman out here that thinks that her beauty allows her to say whatever, disappear and try to ghost you for a few hours, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever the women that think they're so cute that they'll just say anything? Boy, I'll check a chick real quick, boy. Boy, I'll check a chick so quick, man. Chick be over here running her mouth, thinking she's cute, and I'll be like, what does that mean? What does it mean? What are you trying to say? Oh, okay, you thought you were so, no, you're not. You're not that fine, no. So remember, let me get off here. It's super cold, can't feel my toes, my fingers, and I'm starting to not be able to feel my face, and not in a good way. So, you know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and light, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember, these are signs and ways to identify an alpha widow, AKA an alpha woman, a mile away. These are all covert narcissists. So if you're looking up any kind of narcissistic type of behavior, pattern recognition, listen, these women will give all those signs to you. They're super narcissistic. They don't bring nothing to the table but their looks. They'll try to fool you into thinking they're more than what they are through trinkets that the devil gave them, like their car, their BS job, their degree with a bunch of student loans and credit card debt, and their C-Class Mercedes-Benz. Okay? Don't forget that C-Class. Hey, don't give me the business. All of y'all always start with a C-Class Mercedes-Benz. You might upgrade, but you always start trying to floss in a C-Class all-white Mercedes-Benz with black trim. All of you do it. Don't act like you don't. Okay? I'm not lying. I wouldn't lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Another sign that she's, you know what I'm saying, an alpha widow. If she's driving all-white C-Class Mercedes-Benz with black trim, you can best believe she's an alpha widow. I'm just saying, she's on her starter packet. No, it's going to get worse. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a blessed night. Listen, I'm going to get on TikTok for a little bit. I'm going to get back on here, drop a pre-recorded video. Listen, I got some Shopify stuff coming, man. I got some shit coming, man. I was talking to Moon today. You know what I mean? And Moon was like, look, dude, I was like, man, you know, what do you think about me going overseas or whatever? He's like, man, if I wasn't married, or if my wife would go with me, I'd go over there with you, man. And he was talking about his wife has, like, you know, stuff. I'm not going to talk about it because I want to buy copy of me. But anyway, we're talking about, you know, selling certain things on my Shopify, things of that nature. And I think I'm going to have a lot more pride in this, you know, than I thought. Like, I think it's going to be, because I'm really, really big into fashion, man. I don't know if y'all know, but like it's like a form of art, man, to me. And it's real easy for me to see certain things, and certain things I know a trend and stuff like that. So, like, I think this is going to be big for me. I think this fashion thing and whatever else I'm going to do as far as selling stuff, it might even be bigger for me than even, you know, whatever I'm doing on here as far as when I'm speaking. So, talking to Moon about it, man, yeah, this is going to be it, man. And I can take it overseas and do even more. So, appreciate y'all. Hang in there. Remember, whenever the merch comes out, you want to make sure you get some of that. I got it coming out next month. That's why I'm like not on here as much. I'm doing a lot of studying and looking up the proper kind of way to do Shopify thing, drop shipping and stuff like that. I'm just looking stuff up, y'all. You know what I do? Moon calls me the researcher. Moon was like, I remember. He's like, I remember when you started being the researcher. I had this old Toyota Celica, man, like a 1990 Toyota Celica. My dad gave it to me. I forgot why he gave it to me, but it was a car I always wanted, and he gave it to me. I think we're going to the Army or something like that. And I had this car, and I remember I was taking some Army dudes home after getting drunk or whatever, and one of them dudes' name was Montgomery. And this dude goes, man, how you gonna have a 1990 car with like 2003 rims on it? And I was like, what? This is when I started seeing dudes finding different reasons to hate on me. This dude didn't have a car at all. He didn't even have a car. Anyway, I started obsessing over getting this Acura RSX, man. Anyway, you know, I was like young, super young. I was like an E4, and I was like, I'm gonna live off post because everybody wants you to live in the barracks. And Moon was like, oh, you ain't gonna find a way. I found a way. Moved off post. And then that new car, that Acura, one of the sergeants got it. He was bragging about it, and I'm gonna get that car. And then Moon was like, you ain't gonna get that car, man. Whatever. Man, I researched and researched and researched and researched until I got that car. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do, man. When I get into something, I really get into something, man. I'm not gonna stop until I get it. And what I'm doing right now is trying to spread this message of being authentic. And I'm gonna ride this until the wheels fall off, man. I'm going overseas. I'm showing y'all, if you follow God and what God has for you, and you don't sit back and let other people put doubt in your mind, and you'd be surprised. You shouldn't be, because you know God can do anything, but I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. That's all I'm gonna say, all right? Anyway, peace, love, and light. Remember, I'm your brother. Smash that like button, okay? Ladies, smash that like button. Fellas, smash that like button like you're just getting out semen retention. And it's your first set of cheeks. You got her folded up like a pretzel. Smash that like button, all right? All right. Love y'all. Stay blessed.